190E, one of the most legendary Benzes ever made in the 80s and 90s. And this car was a pillar in the Benz culture, especially in pop culture, especially in music videos and in movies. This car was in everything. You had to have it. So BMW was doing their thing with their compact European car for a while until the 190E came. And honestly, once it came, nothing was the same. Whenever you pulled up on the scene in your baby Benz, you know, it was cool to have a stock one, of course, but if you were doing it big, you had a Lorinser. You had a Lorinser kit, you had a Lorinser muffler, you had Lorinser parts on your car, period. You know, they had other parts too, but Lorinser was very prominent in the 80s. You know, they did wheels and did other things like that. And this car right here actually came with all of the goodies, you could say, the Lorinser goodies. It was a press car, so it only has 6,600 miles on it. It's barely been driven. It's a right-hand drive. It's a beautiful red. And you know, the car is immaculate. I mean, it's mint condition inside out. The paint got ran through by our guy Julio. He got it looking beautiful. But there's nothing like a baby Benz, especially in red, and then especially with a Lorinser kit. The Lorinser kit really tops it off. Beautiful lines, incredible visuals, and of course the Lorinser low wheels just top it off and just make it an amazing build. We're gonna be stopping and we're gonna be taking a deeper dive into this car, but right now we're just getting a feel for this 190E Lorinser straight out of the UK, the Lorinser press car. Now, driving a right-hand drive Mercedes is something you definitely don't see every day in America, but something you never see is driving a right-hand drive fully kitted baby Benz, and especially a fully Lorinser kitted Benz. Lorinser was a tuning company that was actually founded back in the day. We're talking 1930s. It didn't become a tuning company until later, until the 1970s. And then in the 1980s, it became one of the biggest tuning companies for Mercedes outside of AMG. Lorinser made a lot of press cars in the 1980s and the 1990s, and we actually have a few of them in the collection. We actually have a C126 Lorinser press car with a full green interior. This car we got from a prominent collector in the UK. We were very excited to pick it up from him because we know he had a lot of authentic Lorinser parts and authentic Lorinser builds in his collection, and this was one of the first ones we were quick to snatch up when we got access to his cars. Right-hand drive, Lorinser, look at this. Lorinser, all right? Okay, here's another car, guys. Oh my God, what is it? And it is another Evo 2. That's two Evo 2s in one day. Now, one car that you can never go wrong with is a 190E baby Benz from the early 90s, one of Bruno Sacco's treasured designs. This car right here is a special one, of course, just like all the other ones in the collection, but this one is a Lorinser press car. Let's take a closer look at this very special build straight out of the UK, the Lorinser W201 press car. Full Lorinser body kit all around. As you can see right here, guys, on the front, we got a Lorinser front bumper, Lorinser side skirts, and Lorinser rear bumper. You got Lorinser low wheels. The iconic Lorinser lows was actually the first Lorinser light alloy wheels in history. It was originally released in the 1980s, and they're still appealing to this day. And they were actually recently re-released by Lorinser on the market and are in production in the last couple of years, so definitely pick some up if you can. The Lorinser exhaust system fitted right here. You can see the Lorinser insignia written right there. Of course, we got the Lorinser badge on the trunk right here. Let's not forget the special Lorinser wing on the trunk right here. And a beautiful red color. Another very interesting part of this build is this full wood trim right here. Added on, we're not sure by Lorinser or by the last owner. It actually appears to be a Zebrano wood pattern. So we know the Zebrano wood was something that was common in the 1980s in these cars, and that's what it looks like. You can tell by the long lines throughout the wood panels right here. You can see it. Along with this mint condition leather interior, it really finishes it off perfectly. You got a Lorinser steering wheel. This car is very, very low miles, 6,600 miles on this thing right here. It is a press car after all. You got a Lorinser steering wheel, like I said, and of course you had to have the Lorinser floor mats right here, all period correct. This car has graced the front of magazines and different promotional items from the 80s and 90s, so of course we had to have it here on the channel. Alright guys, there you have it, the W201 Lorinser press car. We hope you enjoyed it. Log on every week for new content. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment.